What do you call yourself?
I'm Massive Sack.
And Massive Sack, how did you get your trail name?
Uh, there you go. Take a look. Take a look
Oh,
at that.
that's a massive sack of
Take a look at
food.
that bad boy right here. I can fit like 10 days of food in here if I wanted to.
And Massive Sack, where were you living before you were on the Pacific Crest Trail?
I'm from San Rafael, California, Bay Area, and I go to school in Los Angeles.
And what are you passionate about?
I'm really passionate right now about like challenge and like the personal growth that I get through that. So, and doing the PCT has been like the biggest challenge of my entire life. And one of the things that's great about it is it's like the first big challenge that I like really chose and was like, all right, I'm gonna do this, and I know it's gonna be hard, but I'm not gonna stop, and I'm gonna go for it. And it's been like the biggest time of personal growth and just like achievement in my life. So now I'm just like I feel like I'm hooked and passionate about doing all sorts of stuff like that,
Okay.
like one challenging adventure onto the next.
And what do you think about the PCT? What are your thoughts on the trip so far?
Uh, I mean, it's awesome. I love the people out here. Uh, I feel like really the most stuff that I have to say about the PCT is what I just said about the challenge. Because
That's
that's really the biggest thing
cool.
that it is for me.
Could you share a story from your Pacific Crest Trail adventures?
Yeah, I'll share the story of like probably one of the most like scary and dangerous moments of my entire life. It was Mather Pass, and I was at Mather Pass like late June ish, maybe middle late June. So it was fully snow covered. Uh, Started at hiking at like 1 in the morning, got to the bottom of the pass at like 3 or something like that, and I tried to follow the Gut Hooks path um, up to the on the one side of the trail, one side of the pass, and it was just like super sketchy. And so I walk for like an hour with Tsunami, who I was walking with, up the PCT, and we just get stuck, and we're like, fuck. And so we just like bailed out, went all the way back down. By this time, the sun was already up, and I was really mad at myself because I was trying to do a big day. So I just like shot straight up the chute instead of doing what everybody else is doing, which is going up the left side. So I don't have crampons. I just have micro spikes on my axe. So I just like I book it up the first like 3/4 of the chute where it's not so steep, and then it gets like really steep, and I'm just using like the kind of like vertical sunspots as my grips, and so I just ended up in this multiple ridiculously precarious positions where I'm just like spread all the way out with like my ice axe kind of like shoved into the wall a little bit and just like looking around for footholds. And there was one point where I just like could not see a hold, and I was just like stuck. And I was probably there for like 5 minutes, just like didn't know where to move. It was actually the first time in my life where I had to like tell myself not to panic because I like actually felt like I was fucked. I was like telling myself, do not panic, just like stay calm and just like figure out something to do. And eventually I made like a really precarious like step to the side or something and got to like a kind of like a route that worked. Made it to the top and was like in disbelief for like a solid half hour about how freaking scary that was. And then after that I was like, all right, that was awesome actually, and then kept going and felt like the rest of the Sierras were just freaking cakewalk.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you end up on the Pacific Crest Trail? Like, why are you out here? Or have you done a lot of hiking? How did you end up here?
I've done a lot of hiking and trail running, but I've done very little backpacking before this, and
Like, how did you hear about the PCT?
I don't even remember how I heard about it originally, but it had always been kind of like a far off dream to do it at like someday, you know, who knows when. And then I was just like on the phone at school, just like catching up with a friend, and we were talking about like she was talking about like her summer plans and like she was gonna go to like Yellowstone and stuff like that, and she was like, "Oh my god, Patrick, this is the perfect time. Massive Sack, you should do the PCT this summer. And I was like, oh yeah, I should do the PCT this summer. And just like something just like clicked in my head, and I was like, I need to do it now. Otherwise, I'll probably just like never do it. So
Right on.
just started planning immediately.
What's your favorite condiment?
Oh my gosh. Our spices, condiments.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Just freaking. Oh my gosh, freaking mushroom chicken ramen. This shit that comes in the mushroom chicken ramen. That's a condiment. That's the good stuff.
Like
That's
the ramen packet.
Yes, just the ramen
Okay.
packet. That's the best condiment right there.
And what's the food you dream about most when you're hiking?
Oh man. Probably pizza.
Okay. What about drink?
Pizza a lot. Drink? Oh, Sierra Nevada or Lagunitas IPA.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you very much.